This is Charlie Flo, World Sports Show. I am joined by Rachel Breton, who had some really awesome news to share with World Sports Show the other day, and we're going to talk a little about that. Rachel, you're going to be heading off to Norway to play some football in Norway.
Yeah, I'm super excited.
So,
It's
how's
going
your
to be
Norwegian? You
interesting.
worked on that yet at all?
No, it looks like a whole bunch of emojis. Actually, it's not that bad.
So, how
Yeah,
did this
I'm
all
trying
go
to.
down? You've been playing with Sky Blue the past couple years. You've been getting limited minutes, but you've been busting your chops. I know you've been personally trying very hard to get a pro contract. So, this is an opportunity for you.
Yeah, this is great. I'm really excited about it. And what else can I say about it? It's just going to be a really good experience. And I hate saying that because everyone keeps saying that. Like, it'll be a great experience. It'll be a great experience. But I do think every experience is an experience, if that makes sense, whether good or bad. But I always find good experiences. So it's something that I would never do. I normally, people would think that I don't venture out of my, well, that I do venture out of my comfort zone, but I actually don't. I'm very systematic and logical. But this was just thrown upon me, and I said, you know what? Once in a lifetime, just kind of have to do it. Don't think, just do it. So I have zero expectations. So that's also exciting too, because normally when you go into things, you're like, okay, well, it could, this will probably happen, and then how do I react to that? Okay, and how do I adjust to this? Okay, I already know because this reminds me of this time. I've played in Europe a couple times, but not professionally and not for this length. So it'll be something new for sure.
Now, what do you think that you bring over? Because there's a lot of different styles of the game. There's the American style, you got European style, and even the Australian and Asian styles of playing football. Like, what is it like if I'm a coach and sitting down with you and saying, "Hey, Rachel, what are you bringing to this team?"
Well, I'm not really I don't really play like an American. So I'm more about being crafty and unpredictable and bringing a new dynamic to soccer, which I personally feel makes soccer more beautiful because I don't want to play something that's predictable. So I know in European soccer and European soccer it's different. So they add different styles and yeah, they have systems, but you'll see more risk takes and chances, and I think that is part of my game. It's like a no shame, but work hard, and I think it'll be good to also adjust because now I've adjusted to playing American soccer. Um, Quicker touches, more one twos, more first times, more switching, fast pace. So it'll be interesting to see now knowing that, going back and seeing how they shape themselves. And each country's different too, so it'll be interesting to see what Norway has to bring, and in Spain as well.
Now you're going into this really, really short contract. There was a little bit of buzz on the internet yesterday with this news breaking that people are concerned we may never see Rachel Breton again. And playing in the U.S. and playing for Sky Blue. So it's going to be a quick stint. So what are some of your personal goals when you have such a quick little contract with a team like this?
Um, Personal goals is I said I spoke to Jim, I spoke to Tony Novo and coaching staff and etc. and teammates. And my priority is Sky Blue. It always will be. It always is. And playing in the NWSL. Um, so I made an agreement that I would go help out and go play, but make it really quick. And my role was to go out, be a starting attacking player, either attacking midfield or forward, and get in 6 to 7 games and come back and help out my team. So my role is to do that. He wants me to come in, get points in, help the team out, raise the level, and that's my duty. And he said no pressure, and I laughed.
Never
But
pressure, Rachel.
yeah, no pressure whatsoever. Just come right on in and kick butt.
Maybe bring back a
um,
few players from Norway with you, that are good. I don't think, management would argue with that.
yeah, it'll be fine. I'll just bring some players back with me, and it'll be good. I think it'll be good for NWSL too because I don't think we get enough praise and recognition. I don't think, you know, I still to this day, even in New Jersey yesterday, that you know, I had a family say, "Oh, I didn't know women's professional existed, or I didn't know that women played soccer here." They're not even aware that there's a professional team in New Jersey, which is why we changed our thing to We Are New Jersey. But I don't think we get enough praise. So I think it'll be good to, I mean, I'm only one person, but just to get it a little bit out there and get it a little bit open. Even one person then goes to another person, and it can be a little pyramid effect. And then hopefully it'll be a good experience, and I can tell my other teammates who would like to do that, and we can get more people over there, and vice versa. So I think I'll be the catalyst.
Yeah, we talked about it yesterday on the phone about just the spreading of the NWSL game and just building the brand of NWSL itself, not just Sky Blue's brand, but going over there and meeting with these Norwegian players and then their international players and just kind of introducing that game. And you might create a little fan club in Norway, so when we're doing the broadcast of Sky Blue games this season, we'll check out the hits on YouTube, and we're gonna thank you, Rachel, for all the hits we're gonna get from Norway.
Oh yeah, for sure. Coming from all over there, it's the Northern Lights to the Jersey Shore,
So looking not just at soccer, but Norway's a beautiful country in itself. I mean, I don't know much about Norway myself, and I mean, have you done any research and looking at the landscape? I mean, it's a beautiful looking country.
Yeah, I heard it's. I actually do research because again, systematic and logical. I looked into it, and it's very clean, which is great. And everyone says it's beautiful, beautiful. It's like a boat area. It's surrounded by water. When it gets towards the summer, they have 24 hours of daylight, which I know will definitely throw me off. I won't witness that, but it starts to get well, the sun doesn't go down for a bit.
Well, you are a baller, so you can literally ball 24/7 there.
Yeah, ball so hard, But also their food is not processed; it's completely organic and clean, which is great because what I do here is I eat organic food, or try to, but you never know. I feel like there's always something processed somehow. So that's good, and I heard they're very nice and beautiful, which fits in great, with me. And what else? It's a nice quaint town, and people are very welcoming and nice. So I mean, that's nice. They said the weather though is basically the same. Well, the way they were describing it is it's 46. Sometimes it snows, sometimes it rains. It's getting warmer and there's some wind. So I was like, oh, okay, so it's just like New Jersey, but with a little bit of accent. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, we're used to that here on the East Coast.
Yeah, I was like, okay, so you've never been to New Jersey, okay. But
About
yeah.
the actual club in town, what town will you be playing in? And the club you'll actually be playing for? Because I tried to pronounce it and I already butchered it.
Yeah, we're going to be in the town of Grimstad, Norway, and the team name is Amazon Grimstad FK.
Now, how did that all go down, getting hooked up with this team, Rachel?
What did you say there?
How did this all go down? Like, how did you get involved with this actual team? I know you had a few connections you were sharing with me earlier.
Right. So it's an interesting story. It shows how much everyone is connected and how even your teammates and life, and if you're religious, and God puts people in your path. But I went to Rutgers. Originally Villanova and then Rutgers. And I would always run into this guy, Ollie, which is, well, we'll get to it. And that was it. We know each other. I always thought he went there, but it turns out that he never did. He was just coaching in that area and scouting out. And years flash back after, I went to go visit Monia McCoskey. So she also played for Sky Blue and other places as well, but that's where I met her. And I went to go visit her during the off season previously, and we went out in Yale to meet up with Kira McCormick. She also played in WPS, and she coached at Yale. We were talking and hanging out, grabbing dinner, and she said we had to pick up my roommate. And I was like, oh, like, who's your roommate? She's like, oh, actually, this guy, he used to live in New Brunswick in New Jersey. And I was like, oh, wow, that's crazy. That's Bernie Rutgers, where I was from. And didn't talk much about it. Went to go pick him up. It's Ollie. It's him again. And he gets into the car and he's coaching Yale boys. And I'm like, this is such a small, bizarre world. And you know, we got caught up really quick. And then months passed by. And then I find out that he has to, his visa wasn't working out, and he's from New Zealand, and then he had to go back. So then he got a deal to be in Norway, in the Scandinavia area, and then turns out he ends up being head coach for this team. And he reached out to me. He said, hey, like, it was during the off season, I think around December, November area. And he said, hey, do you know of anyone that would be interested in playing for this team in Norway? Da, 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 da. And I said, yeah, I can totally reach out. I said, if you ever want, my resume, hello. And he's like, oh, yeah, of course, and I told him, like, obviously with Sky Blue, but I would definitely love to have some kind of training, because it's hard here to train, especially when there's so much snow and you're alone and not many people are doing this. So, we'll have co-eds and, random training sessions with younger or youth or people that are just having fun, but not this. So I was looking for an opportunity to go during the off season to get some touches and maybe some games when they'd be ready for preseason. So we were going to go forward with it, but they already had an American, so they needed dual citizenship, and I could have gotten it, but it takes 5 to 6 months, and
Wow.
by that time it would be no point.
Yeah.
And they didn't have enough money for that, and so he reached out to me on Sunday, right before preseason, and said, hey, like, if you were not sure what's going on with Sky Blue or what's going on with you, but I have found a way for you to come over if you still want to come over. And I said, well, we can talk about it. Like, let's what do you got? And one of the Americans got injured, and so the money has freed up, and blah 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 blah. Turns out, I said, listen, I really want to be back for May. I don't want to miss too many games with Sky Blue. I wanted this is my dedication, and we already started preseason, and it was just like so quick. I couldn't even adjust. But I said, listen, I will do this if you allow me to come back in May. So I'll come in. We train in La Manga in Spain for training camp, and then we head over to Norway and play part of the season. And he said, yeah, sure, like, no problem. And I wasn't expecting him actually to say, oh yeah, no problem, because I felt like I was demanding too much. But that's what I really wanted. So now I'm leaving at 11 tonight.
Yeah, that is an amazing story of just to show you, how small the soccer community is here in America, and especially on the women's side of the game. That one person helps another person, another person helps another person, and you've told me before you don't have an agent now, so you're your own agent. So that's an interesting story within itself. So I mean,
Yeah.
I could not be happier for you, Rachel, and what you're going to bring back, and looking forward to you suiting up for Sky Blue this year, and you go get some goals in Norway, and I definitely want to be the one to call on your first ever goal for Sky Blue.
Hopefully.
Our goals. We can just say goals. Let's set the bar a little higher, Rachel.
Oh yeah, let's make that plural.
Nothing but a hat trick, That's it.
Yeah, this is like, and you gotta throw a hat at me, I'll throw it back, we'll make a whole scene, and then I'll retire.
Well, I'm very, very stoked, and also personally just want to thank you for taking the time out to speak with me about this when you are literally packing while we're doing this interview, and you're getting ready to hop a plane to Spain. Is that where you're going to go directly to? You said for training you're going to go to Spain first?
Well, we train at Spain first, but it goes like this. I keep rereading my ticket, but it's leaving Newark to go to Zurich, which I think is Switzerland.
Yes, it is.
Yep. I don't know. Okay. And then layover there, and then go to Oslo, stay in Oslo for the night, meet up with my coach, stay at a hotel. Then the next day we leave Oslo to go to La Manga for a week and a half or a week, and then from La Manga to Grimstad, which is where I will resort, where my apartment is. That's such a weird thing to say. And then that whole time, come back to New Jersey. Very casual experience.
Get your freaking flyer miles, you know. That's the way you look at it.
I know. I was looking. Because I've always, because I do like to travel. So I'm like, man, I really need to get my miles like down because this is a lot.
Well, I hope you got some books and hope you got your tunes all ready to listen to because you're gonna have a lot of free time traveling.
Yep, I have my tunes all set, my books all packed, but nothing else.
Yeah. Hey, well, you're a footballer. All you need is a good pair of boots and some shin guards, and you're good to go.
Yeah, yeah, and luckily I bought three pairs of one of mine, and one of them broke last during the game yesterday. So I'll be selling those and well donating them and then bringing my new ones,
Yeah,
bringing both
definitely.
of them in.
Well, bring us back some swag. You know, I've reading up on this team. You know, they got a pretty cool logo. So, you know, love to hear more about this team. And definitely, you know, because of the awesome internet, you know, that we will definitely have to be in touch during the season. We'll do a follow-up
For
interview and
sure.
see how you're doing and send your love over to Norway. But again, thank you so much, Rachel, and safe travels over to Europe.
Thanks so much, Charlie.
No problem. Anytime.
All right.